Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The race for the next CNMI governor begins. Also tonight, the legislature welcomes a new member. And one of Saipan's treasured gems reopens. In sports, we go to the field of dreams where one player is a nightmare for opponents. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
Opioids are commonly prescribed drugs. They can help ease short-term pain after surgery, an accident, or illness. Common brand names include Vicodin, Demerol, OxyContin, and Percocet. Opioids can be very addictive, and they can actually change how your brain works. Opioid misuse can lead to death. If you are prescribed an opioid medication, talk to your doctor. Always take exactly as directed, never take higher doses, keep your medication secure, and safely dispose of unused or expired medication. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. Who will be running against Governor Ralph Torres in the upcoming election for governor? Take a listen. Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios says he has decided to run for governor in the 2022 gubernatorial election, with Saipan Mayor David Apatang as his running mate. They will be running as independents.
But I believe that where we are today, I think that Dave and I will offer a different choice, a choice for the people to consider. We hope that people will give us the consideration and look at our records, both as executive managers in our different careers in the government, and as legislative elected leaders, and now as me as a lieutenant governor and him as a mayor.
Once Palacios and Apatang makes their official announcement, they will be running against Governor Ralph Torres and Senator Vinny Sablan. Palacios states this was a very difficult decision, especially since they are both still in office. But Palacios believes they can do a lot better.
There is a crisis of confidence in our government today. There is no question about that. There is a crisis of trust in our leaders today. Whether it's, and I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to even name branches of government, but I think across the board, if you have a situation where the boss is not there or allows things to happen, it permeates down to, the whole rank and file. And the unfortunate part is people are starting to not care when they're at work because they have lost hope and confidence in the system. And Dave and I will commit ourselves to rebuilding that.
An official announcement will be made on Thursday at the Minatam Atdal Pavilion at 2:30 p.m. Also making another announcement, our U.S. delegate will be seeking re-election. Congressman Gregorio Kilili Sablan announced through a social media post that he will be seeking re-election for a seat in the U.S. Congress next year. Kilili was first elected to represent the Marianas in 2009. Some of his top legislation include increasing funding for schools, hospital operations, and infrastructure, specifically water and sewer. A lot of community members expressed hope that Kilili run for governor in the upcoming election for a change in the system. The Democrat Party as well showed support that they were willing to endorse him if he made that choice. But Kilili has made his decision to run for delegate once again. He believes it is in Congress that he can best serve to make the lives of the people in the Marianas better. Representation for Precinct 3 is now restored in the House of Representatives.
And that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Karina Magofnia was sworn into the 22nd Commonwealth Legislature today. Following the death of the late leader, Ivan Blanco, a vacant seat was announced for the House of Representatives, Precinct 3. Magofnia swept the special elections by 400 votes ahead of Grace Pitu Sablan Vayanae. Presiding Judge Robert Naraha led the oath-taking, which took place in the House chamber this morning. Magofnia's family and friends filled the gallery, together with several former leaders of the CNMI. After the oath-taking, Magofnia was welcomed by her colleagues and co-colleagues.
On behalf of the House minority, I extend our congratulations on your election and your swearing in today to this august body. I also extend our spirit of cooperation and collaboration to you as we have extended to the rest of our colleagues previously.
This legislature, the legislature, is a different creature. And it has so many personalities. And they're all different. So being new, my advice is don't hesitate to ask for help. Learn fast. Be humble. And do as much as you can. And the last one is use a lot of common sense.
Congresswoman Magofnia, I know that you have been following the issues affecting our people, as well as the activities of this legislature closely as a concerned citizen and as a candidate. And now that you have been sworn into office, I have no doubt that you will dive right into this work in public service, representing the people of Precinct 3 and the Commonwealth with that characteristic passion, integrity, empathy, and intelligence for which you are already well known.
Magofnia is now officially a representative for Precinct 3 in the Commonwealth Legislature.
I will now begin the work of the people, and I promise to look beyond the party lines as you have done for me when making important decisions on legislation that will affect your well-being and your interests. I am hopeful and optimistic that all of my colleagues here today share the same notion of looking beyond the party lines. And I look forward to working with them on the shared vision of making the Marianas a great place to live in. Because this is not a Republican Marianas or a Democrat Marianas. We are one Marianas.
One of the most popular natural attractions on Saipan is now reopened to the public. It was over a year ago when Governor Ralph Torres issued an executive order to close all public parks, including Grotto and Manyagaha, for safety measures during the pandemic. Over time, places started reopening as the CNMI became less vulnerable to a spread of COVID. But the administration, through collaboration with the Marianas Visitors Authority, took their time in reopening Grotto to make some improvements. On Tuesday, officials gathered to present the new and improved Grotto.
This unique natural gem of the Marianas, the Grotto today, is more beautiful and more safely accessible than ever. The Marianas Visitors Authority Board of Directors, Management and Staff is pleased to have played a role in this tremendous facelift and overhaul that has been undergoing over the last year.
Some of the new improvements include new railings, wheelchair access ramps, repainting of pavilions and restrooms, and a new sign. A lot of these improvements were made possible through the private-public partnership program of the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors.
We have over 60 PPP partners on over 54 different tourist sites across Marianas. But each company represents commitment, trust, and partnership. This is where your investments are, and we look forward for continued partnership. I can't thank you enough for all the resources that you put in, the volunteer.
Grotto has won numerous international accolades and was once featured in Skin Diver magazine as the #1 cavern dive in the world. Grotto is one of the most popular sites in the Marianas, attracting thousands and thousands of visitors. MVA has plans in including Grotto as one of their sites for the Travel Bubble program. Grotto is now open to the public. Mobile users will have to add a few more digits in the coming days.
All outgoing calls from mobile devices will need to include the area code 670 to go through starting October 24th. Nowadays, you can get through with just 7 digits on local calls, but that will soon change to 10. The new dialing procedure is mandated by the FCC, which has designated 988 as the service number for the National Suicide Prevention Center Lifeline, and the new protocols are designed to prevent accidental calls to the Lifeline. IT&E today released some tips to get ready in the coming days. First of all, you can update your contact list by adding 670 to the numbers in your phone or mobile device. Also, reprogram all numbers on the life safety systems or medical monitoring devices, PBXs, fire and burglar alarms, and security systems. For businesses, check websites and advertising materials. Phone calls from landlines will not be affected.
Coming up, we take a look at one of our favorite residents. Stay tuned.
I got my COVID-19 vaccine. How about you?
Akong lango orso wala COVID-19 ngam lango orso.
Insta utsuli I COVID-19 vaccine za agu.
I did it for my kids.
I did it for my friends.
I did it for my family.
I did it for you.
I did it.
Let's do it.
Do it for us.
Let's do it together.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Tonight, we start a series from Spain. We look behind the scenes at the making of a documentary on the Camino de Santiago, one of the most famous pilgrimages in the world. Our Chris Nelson is there with a backpack and a camera as he attempts to cross Spain on foot.
The Camino de Santiago, known in English as the Way of St. James, is a network of pilgrims' trails or pilgrimages leading to the shrine of the Apostle St. James in the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela in northwestern Spain. Pilgrims have been making their way to Santiago from all over Europe since the 9th century. These days, well-established routes include the French Way, the Northern Way, and the Portuguese Way. Along the way, there are mountains, forests, and beautiful coastline. There are also quaint villages, rivers, cathedrals, and castles. There is open space, too, stark and largely empty high plains, vineyards, wheat fields, and sunflowers. Routes vary in length and difficulty, but they are well marked, and they have one thing in common. They all end in Santiago, or begin there. More on that later. The way is quite simply the route, and I've chosen to hike 2 of them. 1 week along the Camino del Norte, and then about 4 weeks along the Camino Francés. The Camino del Norte, or Northern Way, tracks along the coast of the Cantabrian Sea. It starts in Irún, which sits on the border of France and Spain. There's a pleasant Buenos Dias from horses and a gradual climb. It's about 820 kilometers from here to Santiago with lots of elevation changes. We can go this way, which takes us on more of a flat path, or we can go this way. And I think we're going to go up. The push to the top delivers some stunning views. It's good to be a horse in northern Spain, and this is a good place to pause and munch on the scenery. It was a 44-hour trip to get here from my home in the Pacific, a flight to Guam, connection to Tokyo, a layover in Qatar, a window seat looking out over Saudi Arabia, then Egypt, Italy, and Barcelona. Add in some COVID tests, proof of vaccination papers, masks, sanitizers, then a bus, train, and car to get to Irún. Now on day 1, it feels good to be on the trail with just a backpack and a destination.
It's still Sea Turtle Week, and today we take a look at our favorite local residents.
We have just a few dozen nesting green sea turtles in the Mariana Islands. These are the moms that come ashore periodically to lay eggs. Most of the turtles that you see in the water swimming are juveniles, and they are frequently on the move. J.D. Herndon is a sea turtle outreach specialist. Now, do they follow migratory patterns that are predictable like birds, or is it unpredictable?
So it is predictable in that we know that they're going to certain areas to forage, and because they have this nest site fidelity, meaning that they will pretty much always come back to the same beach to nest where they hatched out from, they'll end up coming back to where they hatched out from. So we know that there's a pattern there. So wherever they go to forage and grow larger, they'll then migrate back to their original nesting grounds.
Female green sea turtles don't reach maturity until 25 to 35 years of age. Then, every 2 to 5 years, they undertake reproductive migrations and return to nest on the beach where they hatched decades earlier. How do they find their way back? How does a turtle that's 3,000 kilometers away and perhaps 25 years removed from being an egg on Bird Island Beach or Wing Beach or Monongahela Island find its way home?
I mean, that's like one of the really fascinating things about turtles, and like why one of the things I really love about them is how migratory they are, right? And how they do this is pretty amazing. Like it's actually still being like figured out as to like at what stage of life they're actually able to basically like create like a GPS coordinate in their brain and then like come back. But it's thought that sometime even during like the development inside the egg, there's like little bits of like magnetite that are in their brains, and so they actually use that to help orient with the electromagnetic fields where the poles are on the Earth, and that's what helps them navigate.
The CNMI has a sea turtle hotline. The number to report a stranded turtle or poaching activities is 287-8537.
Thank you. You know, here we love baby turtles. We love turtles. We like going slow. You know, we do like speed, but every once in a while we like to slow down like turtles. In fact, our next story is about slowing down.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Yeah, here COVID-19 vaccine. Ngayon.
I got my COVID-19 shot. How about you?
我们已接种新冠疫苗，你呢？
I did it for you, for the safety of the community and the public.
I did it for my family.
I did it for my friends.
Just do it. Let's do it together.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the Youth League fall season is in full swing. Games all day Saturday. Pick one. Pick anyone. We did.
A sunny Saturday afternoon at Coblerville. Let's go to the mini pitch for a U12 competitive game between Matanza in yellow and Canoa FC in orange. Opening minutes, Matanza with more opportunities, but they were unable to cash in. Here's a corner try. Roman to keep heads the ball over the net, and it was still 0-0. 5 minutes into this game, Isaiah Tenorio gets the ball near midfield, dribbles through 2 defenders. The goalie comes out. Isaiah goes in, and we've got the first goal of the game. KFC! Matanza with the equalizer. No way, Jose. Anton Magino causing trouble near the goal, but no support from his teammates. This time, he is trouble all by himself. Anton Magino scores all 5 of Matanza's goals in their 5-2 victory.
You know, a popular dance back in the 50s was called the stroll. Do the stroll. Well, this story here is, well, it's not the stroll. It's the slow roll, but it's like a slow stroll. It's a slow roll stroll.
These weekend warriors take their two-wheelers to American Memorial Park once a month for a fun ride they proudly call Saipan Slow Roll. Leaving the serenity of AMP, the group wheels down Beach Road where they mingle with light traffic and pedestrians while maintaining singular focus. There's a turning point for these road warriors in San Jose near the shack where they recover and rehydrate, enjoying the rapport of their comrades with tires.
What's your name? Cincinnati. Oh, that'd be a cool name. Apatay sa Tiruani, welcome to the island of Saipan. These are island slow roll. These are second one.
As the sun sets on these burned faces and hardy souls, it's time to stroll back down to Garapan.
Hi!
Lindsay Nash is the brains behind this Saipan Slow Roll.
I am the organizer of the Saipan Slow Roll, which is a community bicycle ride just for fun and to get families and people out here just having a good time and being active together. But also trying to highlight the need for better bike paths in Saipan. You know, like we have this beautiful beach road and we have the running path, but I just want to sort of show, like, we have so many people in the community who ride bikes, and we just want to make sure everyone stays safe and that there's a safe place to ride in Saipan. So it's just all about having fun and bringing awareness to the cycling community.
Will the slow roll fade away like the stroll did in the 50s? Who cares? Let's live for today.
So we do it once a month, and so the next one will probably be 1 month from now on a Friday night. Usually works well. We do it at sunset, so people can all put lights on their bike, and it's just for fun. Like, people have music and lights, and there's kids out that are decorating their bikes, and it's all just to have a good time.
Here's the wind-up and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Check out the Shake Cafe at Gold's Gym. Shakes are a great meal replacement, and you don't have to be a member to come and grab a quick and healthy lunch. Red Velvet is the Gold's Gym Smoothie of the Month, priced at $5.50. It includes your choice of low-fat or soy milk, protein, strawberries, and Oreos. Just 280 calories, 20 grams of protein, and 60 grams of carbs. Bring your own cup. and save 50 cents. The Shake Cafe at Gold's Gym in Garapan.
All right, our wet, soggy weather report was high 88 degrees before it started to rain, low 79, humidity 90%. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, isolated showers here and there, northeast winds 10 to 15, high around 88, low 79. You've heard that before. Seas 3 to 4 feet, sunrise 10 past 6, high tide in the morning, followed by a low tide in the afternoon, sunset at 5:52. That is your midweek edition of the KSPN2 News. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here on Friday evening. Good night.